In this lesson, we'll be learning about and practicing fraction to decimal and decimal to fraction equivalence, meeting the requirements for TEKS 64G. In an earlier lesson, I introduced you to the power triangle, a tool you may use to help you to remember how to write equivalent values from fractions, decimals, and percents. You can work your way clockwise around the triangle or counterclockwise. In this lesson, however, we will only be focusing on writing fractions as decimals and decimals as fractions. We will be focused entirely on this side of the triangle only. If I would like to rewrite a fraction as a decimal, or in other words, I want to take 4/5, the value 4/5, and write the exact same value as a decimal, then I need to divide the numerator by the denominator. In other words, I need to put the numerator in the house and the denominator outside. The denominator always stays outside. I know that I can't make any groups of 5 from 4, so 0 goes at the top of my house. 5 times 0 is 0, and 4 minus 0 is 4. I have a remainder. I don't want a remainder. I need to place a decimal in the house and push it to the top of the house. And now add a 0 that I can bring down. When I bring that 0 down, I now have a total of 40. And I know that I can make 8 groups of 5 from 40. That 8 times 5 is 40. And 40 minus 40 is 0. I have no remainder. I'm finished. I've shown that the decimal equivalent to 4/5 is 0.8. I've shown that the fraction 4/5 is equivalent or the same value as the decimal 0.8. Now, what happens when my fraction isn't the fraction? What if, in fact, I have something like 2 1/4, a mixed number? Well, the process is still the same. I'm going to rewrite my fraction, right? So that would be this portion here. I would rewrite my fraction as a decimal equivalent. But I have to include the whole number. I can't ignore it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the whole number and I'm going to rewrite it again as a whole number with a decimal following it. This whole number is simply waiting for me to rewrite the 1/4, the fraction portion of my mixed number, to add on to the whole number waiting for decimal equivalent. Now, if that didn't make sense to you, all I've really done is taken the whole number and set it to the side. It's waiting. I'm now going to divide my numerator by my denominator. So the 1 will be divided by the 4. Remember what I said previously? The denominator always stays outside. I know that I can't make any groups of 4 from 1. 4 times 0 is 0. And that 1 minus 0 is 1. I now need a decimal because I have a remainder, I don't want a remainder, and I have no more digits inside the house. So I add a decimal and push it to the top. And I add a 0, which I can then bring down. When I bring that 0 down, I now have the value of 10. I know I can make 2 groups of 4 from 10, and 2 times 4 is 8. 10 minus 8 is 2. I still have a remainder. I need to add another 0, and bring it down, which now gives me a value of 20. I know I can make 5 groups of 4 from 20, and that 5 times 4 is 20. 20 minus 20 is 0. I don't have a remainder. I'm finished. My decimal is 0.25. This portion right here, everything including the decimal. I don't need to worry about the 0 in front of the decimal because that represents my whole number. And I already have this whole number right here. So I'm going to take the 0.25 and place it after my whole number of 2, 0.25, so that I know that my fraction, or I should say my mixed number of 2 1/4, has a decimal equivalent of 2.25. So now how about some examples of moving in the other direction? Say I've started with a decimal, say 0.32 or 32 hundredths. If I want to rewrite a decimal as an equivalent fraction, a fraction of the same value, I simply say the decimal aloud. In other words, 0.32 is also called 32 hundredths. I write the value 32 over the place value, 32 hundredths, so over 100. 32 over 100. And now I can look to simplify. I know that 32 and 100 can be simplified by 4. 4 is the greatest common factor shared by 32 and 100. 32 divided by 4 is 8, while 100 divided by 4 is 25. I know by simply writing the decimal as the value over the place value, I can write the equivalent value of 32 hundredths as 8 over 25. Now, of course, what if our decimal includes a whole number? Say I have 4.12 or 4 12 hundredths. Well, just like earlier, we're rewriting the decimal value as a fraction, so the whole number, right here, the 4, can be separated and rewritten as 4, waiting for the decimal portion to be rewritten as a fraction. We're going to make a mixed number. We're going to have 4 and some fraction, just like we have 4 and 12 hundredths as a decimal. So now we're going to take the 0.12 or 12 hundredths, this portion, and rewrite it as a fraction. So 0.12 can be said as 12 hundredths. So we write the value 12 over the place value, 12 hundredths, 12 over 100. And I know that 12 and 100 share a greatest common factor of 4, so that when I divide 12 and 100 by 4, I get 3 over 25. So that my decimal, 4.12, or 4 and 12 hundredths, is equivalent to my mixed number of 4 and 3 25ths, or 4 and 3 over 25. Let's go ahead and wrap up this lesson. I've shown you that if we want to write a fraction as a decimal of the same value, we simply divide the numerator by the denominator. The denominator always stays outside. If I divide 1 by 5, I will get a decimal equivalent of 0.2. The fraction 1/5 is equivalent, in other words, the exact same value as the decimal 0.2 or 2/10, which totally makes sense because if I want to convert the decimal of 2/10 back to an equivalent fraction, then I simply write the decimal, right? 2/10, I write the value 2 over the place value, tenths, 2 over 10. And when I simplify 2 and 10 by their greatest common factor, I divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 gives me 1. 10 divided by 2 gives me 5, so that I know 1/5 is equivalent to 0.2. And that, of course, 0.2, rewritten back as a simplified fraction, would be equivalent to 1/5.